Saint X here, currently playing Fatal Frame. PS2 classic right here. It's also based on a true story, apparently. Nah, but yeah, let's not delay this any further. Let's get straight to it then.
My big brother. He was so sweet and kind. He was the only one I could open up to about these visions. After our mother died, he was my only family.
So this is Himuro Mansion.
My brother was in search of someone. Junsei Takamine, a famous novelist, and a man my brother was very indebted to, disappeared while researching a book. When he told me that he got a lead on Mr. Takamine's whereabouts, I felt uneasy, like he was going far away.
The forbidden rituals of Disney.
Okay. Right. What's this shiny thing right here? There's a box of film on the floor. Type 14 film. I found Type 14 film. I think I can use it with my camera. Camera controls. Camera controls 1. While holding the camera, press the circle button to take shooting stance. To enter finder mode, you can take photos with... Jeez. Try it again. Been a while since that happened. You can take photos with the X or R1 button while in finder mode. In finder mode, you can control the player's viewpoint with the left analog stick. Square button to move finder quickly. Oh wow. That happened. I guess I'll try it again. While in finder mode, you can control the player's viewpoint with the left analog stick. Square button to move finder quickly. Use the triangle button to turn around. Use the right analog stick to move around while in shooting stance. Enter the tutorial by selecting the scraps under File in the menu. Oops. Oops. doors. Ropeway hallway, man. Oh, jeez. It's a mirror. There's no more hallway. I probably went there. Probably out the door. Let's see. Cedar farmers on display. Just that. So there's like the description. There's an old cedar farmer here. Doesn't seem to be just for show. Seen some hard use. It's stuck right there. There's some stairs right there. Oh, jeez. Man looking down. Controls vibrating. There's something over there.
It's Mr. Takamine's. That was Mr. Takamine. So he did come here.
Okay. Shooting ghosts. Shooting ghosts. Hold up the camera with the circle button and press the shutter with the X button to attack ghosts. When the target is inside this circle, mystical power, accumulates. The damage you inflict on the ghost goes up as you accumulate more power in the camera. Shutterbug moment. While you have the ghost in your viewfinder and the circle glows, take a shot. You can inflict heavy damage when you take a shot during a shutterbug moment. Get me? Or did I get him? Okay. first time. There's a black padlock on the door. It's another ghost. The staircase is falling down. Probably been down a while. Nothing to do with Takamine. Great. Ghost doesn't seem to be down there. Yep, I can feel the vibration. Ghost is gonna be down here. The door to the entrance is open, but I'm sure it was just closed a while ago. It's because there was a ghost right by here. Door opened.
It's been 2 weeks since I last heard from my brother. But he left a note that led me to this place. I felt as though something was calling me here. Matsuyu. My brother was here. What is this place? Did someone just...
Okay, so now I'm playing as this girl right here. Okay, there's something on the floor. I got the herbal medicine. There's an old camera here. I think I can take a shot. Ah, save point. it. Oh. So it's watching me.
Did something happen to my brother?
I picked up my brother's camera and notebook from the floor. Camera. Mom's old camera. My brother had this with him. I found a new notebook inside, or new note. I found a new note inside Mofuyu's notebook. Mofuyu's notebook. Himuro Mansion investigation. Himuro Mansion was once the home of a large landowner. Try again. Himuro Mansion was once the home of a large landowner that controlled vast areas of land. They also say that the site held some special significance that had to do with Shinto rituals of the region. I couldn't find any detailed books about these Shinto rituals though. The last master of the Himuro family line massacred his entire household. Later, another family that tried to live here or live there disappeared because of incidents like these. Nobody visits the mansion today, and it lies in ruins. Maybe that's why there aren't any accounts of the Shinto rituals, and why the exact location of the place isn't recorded anywhere. September 24th. I've had a bad feeling ever since I came to this mansion. I'm leaving. Notes in this notebook just in case anything happens to me. I've got to find Mr. Takamine and the others fast. I hope it's not too late. There are many other notes and news articles inside the notebook. Oh. Let's see. Man on a beam. Just back to exploring the area I explored earlier on. Let's see. There are lots of antiques here, but in poor repair. The owner's hobby, maybe? Your brother? Oh, great. Got a chance. Oh no. Got a chance for another shot right there. I guess you can't automatically go up the stairs. Well, it's not. It's still locked. Oops, herbal medicine. Do I or can I? But I guess I can't go down and look down. It's locked. I hear something on the other side of the door. Maybe someone's in there. But of course I can't go through there. Oh, jeez. And there was the guy that was looking at me from behind the save point. Alright. This. Okay, yep. Now I can go in here. There's a box of film in front of the broken staircase. Type 14 film. There's a door back there.
Should I take a photo?
Camera controls 2. Camera controls 2 in Finder mode. You can see things that can't be seen with the naked eye. Try taking a photo if the controller vibrates, or you hear strange noises. No folding screen in the photo. A door appears where the screen should be.
Just like in the photo.
There seems to be a hidden door behind the folding screen. There's a blue flame right there. Do I take a picture of that? No. Can I interact with it? I can't find the key. Where is it? Is the key to that lock upstairs? Oh, okay, I go past. Let's see. Let's see. There's something on the floor. Herbal medicine. Okay. Can I go through here? It's held by a powerful force. If the one on this side is broken, it won't move at all. Powerful force. Wait, there's a door right here. Let's see. There's something right here. There's a small piece of paper on the chest. It looks like a news clipping. News clipping. Late yesterday, a human body with no limbs was found in Himuro Mountain, located in the southern region of the prefecture. The body's hands, feet, and head were all torn off. The police is investigating the case as both a murder and accident. The body has not been identified, but it is believed to be a man around the age of 30. The police is also taking into consideration the fact that a body mutilated in the same manner was found in the same location 15 years ago. Okay, there's a little more room here. Oh, great. It's that guy. Wandering man. I got 56 shots left. There's a box of film underneath the window. Type 37. It looks like a new roll of It looks like a new roll of film. I wonder if Mafuyu left it here. Okay, so that guy's gone already, right? Yeah, he's already gone. Guess those encounters right there aren't what? I'm trying to see here. Like, those encounters right there aren't gonna lead to combat. What do we want to call it here? Let's see, what do I hear? Nothing. Can't interact with the door. The sliding door is being held by some powerful force. What about... Okay, yeah. Okay. There isn't anybody in the closet. Can you just grab that thing? Oh wait, no, you gotta pull the camera out. There you go.
What was that?
I found the tape recorder in the closet. Tape recorder. It's covered with dust, but it seems to work. An audio tape has been left. An audio tape has been left inside the tape recorder. White tape 1. An audio tape with a white label. It stopped in the middle. Of course, also the door right behind you opened. Do I check the tape? Use this item. Not right. I'm not sure. Something open this door right here. Something's in here. Clue if it's here. Nope. Maybe to the left. Right. Right there where that dot is. There we go. Some consequences right here. This was just showing what's gonna happen if I get too close to these things. Great. Keep missing the shot. God, they're like zombies. Great. Did I get him? I guess I got him. Took some damage though. The camera began to glow with mystical power. The camera seal. Power-ups. About power-ups. You can acquire mystical power by damaging ghosts. Select camera from the menu screen. Triangle button to access the power-up screen. You can unlock the seal on the camera with the accumulated mystical power and power-up. About auxiliary functions. When you unlock auxiliary function seal, you enable many special attacks. To use the enabled auxiliary function, press the L1 button while in a shooting stance. The number of auxiliary functions you can use is limited to the number of spirit stones in your inventory, so be frugal. Okay. So there's something here. There's something underneath the window. White tape. The audio tape with the white label seems to be okay. Something shows in the photo. It looks like the lion mask near the sunken fireplace. I put the photo in my file, barely discovering the zoom in feature. Oh, there we go. Now the reticle right there turned blue. Woman in kimono. Okay. Oh, and I walked over here. It's like right there. Woman in kimono. Okay, so I think I gotta go back to the fireplace area, right? Behind me. Oh, great. Another encounter. Another encounter. Same guy. Zero shots, special shots. Is that what that said? This is where I came from, right? Oops. Okay. So right here, there's something reflecting light inside the ornamental line mask. Red hand mirror. I found a red hand mirror inside the ornamental line mask. I got the red hand mirror. Okay, let's see. Oh, my health's still good. Got like 5 of these herbal medicines. Is that supposed to heal? So I guess back to the kimono room. Jeez. There's the chance to get the picture. There's a ghost right there. I could have a chance. I guess it's gone. It's just back over here then. Oh, jeez. Oh, wow. Jeez. Does he just appear and disappear? Jeez, that was quite the jump. scared. Wasn't feeling afraid all that much. Okay. Okay, here we go.
It's that person I just saw. The ropes.
Okay. Editor's photo. I can see the faint shadows of ropes on the man's neck, arms, and legs. I got a small key from the drawer. Brass key. It looks old. I wonder if it's a key to some door. Oh jeez, there he is again. Jeez. Great. Combat. Where are you? Oh jeez. They're like zombies. Okay, so this guy's not even, like, defeated yet. I guess I haven't defeated the ghost. Jeez, no, he's trying to outmaneuver. Oh jeez, oh, but he's getting close, he's getting close, he's getting close. Oh, but he just warped right there. Jeez, that didn't work. He's trying to go for a grab. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, jeez, nope. He's still here. Jeez. He's getting close, he's getting close, he's getting close. Oh. Great, nope, he's right there. Great. Okay, where'd you go? Ah, jeez, you'd think that would have done something. Great. Oh, 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 he's trying to outmaneuver. Come on, come on, get it, get it, get it. Something shiny where the ghost once stood. Spirit stone. This mysterious stone enhances the camera's power and enables auxiliary functions. Okay. So he's gone for good this time, right? I think I gotta hope. Let's see. Guess now I gotta go back upstairs. So, the stairs. Could have been a person, could have been a ghost. I did hear a door close. Let's see. Oh, there's the brass key. It's unlocked. I can see what's behind here. Let's see. There's an old book written in charcoal ink on the shelf underneath the urn. Research scrap. Secret rituals of the Himuro family. Many rituals and customs have been passed down through generations of the Himuro family. Most of them are lost. The only things we have left now are some documents to record these rituals as legend or as a legend. Hardly any of the oral history remains. This is because all Himuro family members are dead, and those who were close to the family have kept quiet about the ritual. One ritual in particular, performed on December 13th, is shrouded in mystery. People who lived near the mansion stayed inside on that particular day, and even now, it is considered bad luck to leave the windows open on that date. I can only assume that this is due to the cruel nature of the ritual, but the truth remains unknown. Put the book describing the Himuro family in my file. Just look over here. Let's see, herbal medicine. Okay. Still getting some health right here. The game is generous with the health pickups. Let's see, door right here. Another hallway. Woman at mirror. Okay, let's see. There are rope marks on my body, just like Koji. Let's see. There are several pieces of paper on the floor. Looks like part of a notebook. Red notebook scrap. I guess I got like 3 pages. August 27th. The more I find out about Himuro Mansion, the creepier it gets. I'm sure it's the perfect subject matter for Mr. Takamine's next book. But to be perfectly honest, I don't like this assignment one bit. It gives me a bad feeling. There's no way I want to go to that mansion, but it's my job, right? I guess I'll have to go, and I wouldn't want to waste the chance to work with Mr. Takamine just because of a little bit of uneasiness either. It doesn't help that I have this sixth sense for the supernatural either. There's such a thing as knowing too much sometimes. Okay. Nothing. Oh wait, no, there's some stairs here. Okay, there's a downstairs area I can go to. What about down this hall? Oh, there's an item right there. Nope, I just holding square, I just run in that direction. Huh. There's something on the floor. Okay, herbal medicine. There's a door right here. Okay, wait. The door's stuck fast. I tried pulling on it, but it wouldn't budge. Yeah, you can just automatically run if you hold square. Okay, so I guess I don't have to hold the analog stick and then square at the same time. Okay, whatever direction I'm facing, I just hold square to run.
Mafuyu. Wait.
Jeez, it's Marilyn Manson. Jeez. Oh, nope. Great. I got enough space. This guy takes up a good amount of space right here. Ah, jeez. Right. Let's see. Great. Great. Didn't snap a shot right there. Does a good amount of damage. Great. Careful. Just gotta settle for what I can do to this guy right here. Gotta be quick with the shots. Jeez. Oh, he's getting too close. Jeez. Go through all my stock right there. Going through all my stock right here. Okay, come on. Okay, did some red right there. Did do anything. Okay, got it over. Easy. Can't even say he's outmaneuvering my shots. Ah, jeez, nope. Just doing damage right here. Jeez, still too close. Jeez, really? I didn't do anything. That hardly did anything. I'm gonna die right here. Not that I've seen the game over screen with this game. Not great. But that didn't stop him. Jeez. Okay, wow. Practically made me waste all my health items. Practically. How much film do I have left? 19. I think I had 40 something. Right. What's there? Nope. Old news article. On the night of the 3rd, the police received a report that 4 children failed to return home after 9 p.m. There's an old superstition in the surrounding villages about children being snatched away by ghosts, and some villagers indeed suspect that this is what has happened to the 4 kids. Maybe it was that ghost I was looking at that abducted the children. Can't be too sure. Oh. Is there something in here? I'm just going through all my film. There's something at my feet. Type 37 film. I think that's. I guess it didn't really. Didn't really add to the camera. There's an old scroll among the fallen candles. Strangling ritual. Strangling ritual. On the 13th day of the 12th month, a maiden cut off from the. A maiden cut off from the outside world for 3,690. Not even reading that correctly. It's only one On the 13th day of the 12th month, a maiden, cut off from the outside world for 3,669 long days, shall be torn apart to provide power to the rope. Anything else? I guess that's it. And let me look. There's something over there. There's a door right there. Oh, wait. Wandering woman. There are several pieces of paper on the shelf. They look like part of a red notebook. Okay, another thing for the scrapbook. 2 pages. September 11th, 6:30 a.m. I saw that woman in the white kimono again. She's trying to tell me something. She knows I have this special sense for ghostly things. The woman's name is Kyrie? So it's Kyrie, huh? I shouldn't get any closer than this. I don't want to get any closer. I'm scared. Let's see, what about here? There's a box for a mortuary tablet, and a bone remains among the candles. The owners. I guess there's something here. There's something shiny on the shelf. Spirit stone. Oh, there's a seal right there. Some other place shows in the photo. I wonder if there's something there. Go through here. Get a mysterious feeling from this door. Must be sealed by the talisman. Oh, I'm not going to touch that though, am I? I don't think I am. What about the other door? Dark room. Open a save point. There's something on the floor. Okay, yes. Herbal medicine. There's got to be a reason for that. There's got to be a reason for the save point. Maybe another combat encounter or something. Let's see, a black notebook scrap. Didn't get to read the description. September 13th, 9:30 a.m. We found Okata's body. His head, hands, and feet were strangled off. What happened to him is just like the strange deaths that occurred here long ago. There was a photo of Okata near him. In it, there was something that looked like ropes on his neck, arms, and legs. I wonder if it has anything to do with the rope shrine maidens in the legend around here. The girls that had ropes tied to their neck, arms, and legs too. September 13th, 12:10 p.m. Tomoe is acting strangely. She's been mumbling nonsense all morning. Something about ropes and mirrors. I can't blame her for going to pieces, though, after seeing what happened to Okata. Okay, there's that. Wait, this isn't a door, is it? I think it is. I think that's a door right there. Since there's a save point, I don't know if something might happen, or is going to happen if I go to that door. Okay, go. Just in case, if I'm going to interact with that thing on the ground. Stone's document. Give thanks to the 5 gods' protection. Place the stone representing the 5 mirrors in the correct location. Is this a door? Okay, yes, it's a door. The door is closed fast. Himuro family crest. It probably unlocks the door, but it's broken. I guess I don't have the item needed for that. I guess what was the whole point in having that save point there then? Just to give me a save point. So it's back to this room right here. There's like a part of the area I could have explored. Alright. It's the door with the seal on it. Wait, now this is where I came from. Okay, so that was the way I came in. This door was right here. There's like a bit more hallway right here. Okay, there are buttons with characters. This device must open the door. There's engraving underneath, but it's gouged. Can only read some. I can just barely make out the Shinto ritual, strangling, and held on the day of, from the gouged out words. Jeez, I can mess with this. I don't even know how this would work. I just want to see how that puzzle would work, or how to solve the puzzle. I guess I'll just do a bit more exploring and that'll be it. Ooh, really dark room right here. There are several pieces of paper on the floor. Looks like part of a notebook. Okay, one for the red notebook. 2 pages. September 10th, 8 p.m. I clearly saw the image of a woman in front of the mirror near the entrance. She had long hair and a white kimono. There were ropes tied to her arms and legs, and she dragged them along when she walked. I think I heard Koji talk about something like that too. There's something very wrong about this mansion. Okay. This door right here. There's a dark red stain, as if blood had flowered there. Okay, no, I can't go through. Nothing here, there. Let's see. There. Wait, there's something here. There's something at my feet. Type 14 film. Picking up different films. Let's see, can I go through here? Okay, yes, I can. There's something right here. There's an old book of rice paper on the ground. It's written in charcoal ink. Research scrap. Okay. 3. The Mystery of the Rope Maiden. Among the few documents found on the ritual, mention of the robe shrine maiden is made many times. Her arms, legs, and neck are bound by 5 ropes. However, no documents discuss the role she plays in the ritual. One theory is that she is a sacrificial lamb, but I find it hard to believe that such a cruel ritual was practiced. Okay. But here, something reflecting light in the dark. Sacred water. Okay, item. Something is wrapped around the handle. It won't move. It looks like hair. Okay, so I guess I got no reason to be here. Oh, jeez. Great. Try to outmaneuver. Jeez, it's a flying ghost. Great, I got low health. What does this do? This fully restores energy. Oh jeez, you got too close. Jeez. Oh jeez, no, it got close. Either keep running or waste more film. No, that's a dead end. Well, normally I would like to stay and fight. Okay, there's no way to get away from that though, is there? Jeez, you're taking your sweet time going up the stairs. Did I circle around? Oh, I think I did. Up. Is it up here with me? Oh, yes it is. It's up here. Do I find out what happens? Do I want to find out what happens? If you die? Oh, that didn't do anything. Okay, there we go. Oh, just a game over screen. Yeah. Just a game over screen. Trying to figure out how I wanted to end the video, and I guess that was it. I mean, it's always good to see what happens if you die to like a ghost or monster. Not a ghost or monster, but just I'm trying to say here. I guess in most horror games you want to see how you die, or it's just what happens when you lose all your health. Okay, yeah, well, perfect way to end it. Oh. Yeah, basically. Because again, how much more could I have explored there? Probably a little more, but I think that's about enough. Oops, jeez. I think that's about enough right there. About enough. Well, that was Fatal Frame, the first one. Never really, like it's Melissa. I never really played it before. I think I've mostly just heard about it, or maybe seen some clips on the game series, whatever you call the game series now. So much just seen some clips of some games in the series, but never really got to play it. So it was mostly just about taking pictures, but I didn't really see how deep that was, though. How deep that whole thing was, because you're not really just taking pictures. Like the camera itself is like a weapon to the ghosts. But I guess it's not just about snapping the pictures. You're also like seeing the kanji, I guess that just sort of light up on the screen, and then you have to take the photo, and that's how you damage the ghosts, or someone's just do damage to the ghost's health. Yeah, basically that. So it's not as simple as it looks. Definitely not that. Yep, definitely not as simple as that. Because again, you have to time the just time the shot correctly. Well, as soon as you see the kanji glowing like that. Yeah. So there is that. I'm trying to think. What was the last release of this series? I'm trying to think. Because there was like a remastered game that they released. I don't know if it was, I don't know even know if that was like this year or not. Check. Okay, the first game came out in 2001, and the last game came out in 2014. I think this game right here was the game that got remastered for current consoles. Let me see. Yes, it was. Yeah. Oh, that was last year. 2021. Yeah. 2021. I mean, it's not a bad game. Definitely has some scary moments if you're, if you're on guard. Well, I guess, yeah. I guess the jump scare, I guess that one jump scare kind of got me. Well, two to be exact, right? That floaty ghost right there kind of got me out right there too. You know, this can be a creepy game. The location, the atmosphere, the music. Yeah, definitely creepy. Definitely has a creepy vibe to it. Oh, what else? I mean, again, I guess the whole Japanese ghost folklore is interesting too, right here too. Excuse me, too, right here too. Just repeating myself. Like the whole Japanese folklore ghost thing is also interesting as well. So yeah, definitely something that's worth checking out. Well, because again, this game, excuse me. Well, because again, this did come out in the PS2 days, in the early 2000s. This came out in the early 2000s. Oh wait, I guess it was that thing at the start screen. The part where it said based on a true story. Is that even true? Is this based on a true story? Sure. That's the thing. I'm not even sure. Like it has the words based on a true story underneath the title. Let's see. Legacy? Again, I'm not even sure. Let's see. Shortly. I don't think there's anything. Let's see. What I'm trying to say here. Like, I don't think I see anything that's. That's what. Should I even just Google that? Just, is this based on a true story? Like it's funny how it has based on a true story underneath the title, but I'm not seeing any section right here, well, on Wikipedia to be exact, that even says, or just a section, I'm trying to say, like I'm not seeing a section on that though. Not seeing a section that's discussing that. The setting of the game, in a classical Japanese mansion originated from Shibata's early ideas for settings within the Deception series. Okay, well, the person who created this game got the ideas for the setting from like a different series. Although these ideas were passed over as it limited the possibilities for the series, trap setting this way. When creating the atmosphere, the team watched both high and low budget Japanese horror films and war films. The story was the first part of the game to be completed. Okay, so I'm kind of laughing how it says based on a true story, but it's just not true. They mostly based these off of horror films and war films. Let's see. The setting was originally going to be in the then present day, but as the team wanted to create a feeling of isolation through a lack of modern technology such as mobile phones, the setting was changed to the 1980s. Some scenes were considered too graphic for the game and were cut. Two studied examples were a flashback showing the head of the Homuro house committing seppuku, and another was a scene showing Kyrie being torn apart during the strangling ritual. The way the Holy Mirror was broken. The way the Holy Mirror was broken also made a deliberate reference to how the ritual pulled the body into 5 pieces. While rituals form a core part of the story, the development team had little to no experience with such things. For inspiration, Shibata used similar motifs for inspiration. Shibata used similar motifs of spirituality in Yokai Hunter, a manga written by Daijiro Morohoshi. The camera obscura was not the initial discussions between Shibata and Kikuchi, with the original idea being that ghosts be avoided and repelled by light. Ultimately, they decided to have a type of offensive power, which resulted in the camera's creation. Kikuchi was originally opposed to the idea, but saw that it fitted very well into the game's context as development progressed. The camera's design was based on a German military camera. All in all, interesting game, and yeah, it's still worth checking out regardless. Yeah, because it does have other games in the series. Even though like the last release was back in 2014, but well, again they re-released that in 2021, the latest game in the series. But I feel like I have nothing else to say about this game, so with nothing more to say, until next time. Just back over here then. Oh jeez.